jail deaths in San Diego County. We get answers from Sheriff Martinez.
Is this the coldest winter on record in San Diego? I'm CBS 8's Abby Black with your Verify.
Plus, how long snow-stranded people in some Southern California mountain communities could be waiting before they're dug out.
Baby sea dragons just hatched from their eggs here at the Birch Aquarium. I'll give you an up-close look.
And on Monday, Oreo cookies and
nothing but cake
are teaming up for a birthday Buntlet giveaway. We'll tell you when and where you need to be.
Woo!
CBS 8 News, live at 6 starts right now.
The San Diego City Attorney's Office filed 19 gun violence restraining orders in February. Tonight, we're learning 3 of the cases involved school shooting threats. Good evening, I'm Jesse Pagan, in for Marcella Lee.
And I'm Carlo Cicchetto. The numbers are announced monthly. CBS 8's David Goffredson dug into the court documents, trying to learn more about the targets named in those gun violence threats.
We're convinced that we have intervened in many potential tragic scenarios.
City Attorney Mara Elliott keeps a monthly tally of the gun violence restraining orders filed in San Diego. In February, there were 19, 3 of them involving threats against schools. This is what Elliott told CBS 8 last month.
We need people to be calling us and letting us check it out. We don't want to read about our community in the newspaper.
On February 17th, San Diego police filed this gun violence restraining order petition against a 19-year-old senior at Mira Mesa High School. The aunt of the teenager reported to police that in August, her nephew stated, quote, "I am going to get a gun and kill teachers and students. They deserve it because they are racist." Last week, the 19-year-old filed a handwritten response in court, saying his aunt was making up a false accusation after he insulted her by calling her ugly. "I never stated anything about wanting to commit a shooting or the school being racist. I get along with all my peers, teachers, coaches at school. I have no criminal record, no motive to even purchase a gun." Just 3 days ago, San Diego police filed this GVRO alleging a 15-year-old student in Rancho Bernardo reportedly threatened to kill other students at his school. He wanted a non-specific weapon to shoot and kill someone. The boy's home address is listed on the petition, which is in the area served by Rancho Bernardo High School, but the GVRO did not specifically say which school the teenager attended. On February 7th, according to this GVRO, a 23-year-old man in Hillcrest told his girlfriend, quote, "I want to kill people. If I had a weapon, I would shoot up a school or a public place. I want to commit mass murder." No specific school was named, and the restraining order is pending in court. Also filed last month, a GVRO alleging a 23-year-old San Marcos man who was recently fired from his job with Amazon on Via del Campo in Rancho Bernardo made comments about shooting up the place. San Diego police filed that petition as well, which is still pending in court. Now, the city attorney's office tells me that law enforcement makes the call as to whether to notify an individual school or workplace about any specific threat. We are not naming those individuals who are named in those gun violence restraining orders because those civil cases are not complete yet, and also no criminal charges have been filed against those individuals.
David, all very interesting here. Now, is there a way for people to search names to see if they might have a gun violence restraining order filed against them or against someone they know?
Yes, you can search by name on the San Diego Sheriff's website. Just go to the restraining order lookup section. We'll also post a link at cbs8.com.
All right, David Goffredson staying on top of this one. David, thank you.
Sheriff Kelly Martinez says she's doing what she can to stop inmates from dying in San Diego jails. She went one-on-one with CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes to talk about the problem and how the department is working to be more transparent. Just yesterday, an inmate's autopsy was released. It blamed neglect and malnutrition for his death. Kirsten joins us now live from the Sheriff's Department headquarters with more. Kirsten?
Yeah, we met here to speak specifically with Sheriff Martinez about 46-year-old Lonnie Rupart's case. He was found dead inside of his jail, suffering from COVID-19, malnutrition, and dehydration. Now, Sheriff Martinez tells us that she's doing everything she can to tackle these jail deaths head on, but critics we talked to today say they are ready to see some action.
Last year we had 19 deaths in custody. The last one was in October of last year, and this year we've had 2. We've been working really hard the last year and a half or so on improvements to our jails, and we've still got a lot to do.
Sheriff Kelly Martinez says she's doing what she can to stop inmates from dying in San Diego County jails.
We do a better mental and medical health screening at intake. We're doing voluntary urine screening at intake to understand what people have in their systems when they come into our jails so we can start them on withdrawal protocols right away.
46-year-old Lonnie Rupert was found unresponsive in his cell on March 17th, 2022. Sheriff Martinez says about 10% of the local population of inmates require more supervision to stop deaths like this from happening.
Really need to be checked weekly or a couple of times a week to make sure they're eating, make sure their cells are clean, make sure that they're taking care of themselves, and that we are right on top of any mental or medical health needs that they have. We have the body-worn cameras now. We're making Narcan much more available in our system for people who are overdosing.
I know the family of Gilbert Gill would appreciate things like this. The family of Saxon Rodriguez and Kevin Mills, Omar Arroyo, so many families would appreciate this kind of transparency.
Yusuf Miller is with the North County Equity Coalition.
A lot of them who die, they die pre-trial. So that means they're dying innocent, because we're innocent until proven guilty.
He's calling on jail workers and even deputies to be held accountable and for more mental health resources.
The county jail is the largest facility for mental health, people with mental health, and it's the largest treatment center for people with mental health. This is wrong. It should not be this way.
Sheriff Martinez says she's appointed a specific position to help find out why inmates are dying in custody. Sheriff Martinez says now that the autopsy report is back, detectives are still looking to see if there's enough evidence for a criminal case to hold those responsible for Rupert's death accountable. Since 2006, more than 200 people have died inside of San Diego County jails. And we have some more information for you. The medical examiner's office found that although deputies inside of the jail fed or delivered food and water to Rupert, they found that they did not properly care for him. Now, there is a rally planned to support the family of Ronnie Rupert. It's planned for tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock at the Central Jail.
And Kirsten, you mentioned Sheriff Martinez has created a special position to specifically look into jail deaths. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, Sheriff Martinez told me that she appointed a lieutenant to act as an inmate advocate. Whenever there's an inmate death or in custody death, she says that lieutenant was on Rupert's death and will be working on other deaths as they happen. Hopefully we don't have any more, but there is someone assigned to investigate each one of those deaths.
Unfortunately, a very high-profile problem in San Diego County jails. Kirsten Holmes reporting for us. Thanks, Kirsten. Okay, if you drive an SUV or a truck, something big, you could be paying higher registration fees in the future. Today, San Diego Assembly member Chris Ward revealed Assembly Bill 251. It would direct the State Transportation Commission to study if larger vehicles cause more serious injuries in collisions with pedestrians. SUV and truck owners could end up with higher registration fees, with the money going toward improved safety on the roads.
Excessively large vehicles are substantially more likely than cars to hit pedestrians when making turns in the first place, suggesting that these larger vehicles may not even afford drivers a clear view of people when crossing the roads.
If approved, Ward says the study should be finished by 2021.
Tonight, we know the name of the man who died after a suspected DUI driver hit him while officers say he was changing a tire on the side of the freeway. Detectives identified him as 63-year-old Rafael Cardona from Oceanside. Rafael died last Sunday on State Route 78 in Vista. His brother tells us Rafael was on his way to Tijuana to take food to relatives, as he did every week.
It broke our hearts. I mean, we still can't believe that he's gone. My brother, he's very lovable, and I mean, we all are gonna miss him.
The suspected driver is facing felony DUI and gross vehicular manslaughter charges. A new study shows people with long COVID could be at double the risk of dying within a year after infection. Researchers in the JAMA Health Forum study found 3% of people with long COVID died in the year after infection, compared to 1% for those without it. The study also found people with long COVID are 2 times more likely to have cardiovascular issues like a stroke or heart failure.
People who are stranded in the mountain communities in San Bernardino County could be stuck for another week.
The San Bernardino County Sheriff says State help and other equipment being brought in has helped shorten the timeline from a previous 2-week estimate. The sheriff, fire chief, and other first responders gave an update today.
As the roads are being plowed, they're not always able to take fire engines. To access emergencies, we've deployed 8 snowcats across the mountaintops. The snowcats are those tracked vehicles, and when they can use them, they do.
Several homes and businesses in San Bernardino County's higher elevations are still under snow. Crews say they're dealing with snow so deep they need front-end loaders and dump trucks instead of regular plows.
Still hard to believe just how much snow fell in Southern California. Meantime, people in Northern California are bracing for even more snow.
As Brady Hablab tells us, people and emergency crews in Nevada County are getting ready for what could be a long haul.
It's actually kind of a shock to see how much snow we've gotten.
Nevada County holding their breath as more snow is expected this weekend.
People are just kind of waiting to see what happens on Saturday, I guess. A little bit nervous, I would say, is the vibe in the air.
The past week's storm covering streets and sidewalks, and the anticipation shared by many looking to stock up on food ahead of this weekend's storm.
But it is a little bit like holding our breath. Like no one really knows what the weather will bring.
Emergency crews spent much of the day working to clear roads and bringing food and fuel to people who lost power. Meanwhile, more people are coming to the county's emergency shelter to keep warm, charge their phones, and get food.
We got a ton of snow up here, more than even last year's storm.
Heavy snow brought down trees, power lines, and communication lines, knocking out power to thousands of residents. More than 12,000 people are still in the dark.
Talked to people that have been lifelong residents here in their 60s. And they're saying this is the most snow they've seen up here the entire time they've been here.
With at least a foot of snow expected this weekend, Nevada County emergency officials say Friday is your last day to prepare before that snow moves in.
Is be prepared, stock up, reach out to your neighbor, reach out to your family, make sure you can prepare as much as possible.
Now, some of you are feeling the chill and asking us if this is the coldest winter San Diego's ever had. We're going to verify that at 6:30.
Sure have been the wildest. Feels that way anyway, in a long time anyway. And our storms this week have headed east, coming up severe weather and tornadoes from that in the southern states.
Plus, how long South Carolina lawyer Alec Murdaugh will spend in prison for the murders of his wife and son.
After that crazy winter storm moved out, we saw the sunshine. We saw that yet again for today. Mostly clear skies out there, 55 degrees currently for downtown. More clouds this weekend, but does that mean rain? All those details ahead.
And up next, what happened after this stolen car sped off an overpass?